Welcome to Ready, Set, Retire, where we try and tackle some of life's biggest challenges when getting ready for retirement. If we haven't met before, my name is Jennifer, and for this week, we are going to tackle our first challenge of 2020. And as we know from last week's video, when we introduced this cute little guy, Foxy, the first week of every month will be dedicated to finances. So what's the best place to start when talking about personal finances? Would have to be the family budget. Yeah, I went there. Nobody wants to hear about the family budget. No one wants to talk about the family budget. We all just wish we had unlimited resources where we could just do whatever. But unfortunately, that's not the case for most of us. And especially when we're looking towards retirement, knowing that at some point we will be on probably a fixed income of some sort, and we really will have to budget well so that we can have a really good life. And it is always important to stay within our means if we can, which is almost impossible. It's close to impossible for most people. So anyway, today's challenge for the month of January, our first challenge of 52 for the year 2020, will be writing a zero-based budget. So what does that mean? A lot of us have probably never even heard of a zero-based budget, but it is quite a simple concept, really. All it means is that all your expenses, every last expense has to equal the total income coming into your home. So whatever that is. So at the end of the month, all your expenses minus all the income coming into your home should equal zero. And so what's the point? Why is zero-based budget so great? Why do a lot of people in the financial world really think that this is the best way to go? And simply put, it gives every single last dollar that you earn a purpose. It gives it a job. And that is important because we all want our money, our hard-earned money, to work as hard as we do. And we do work hard. It doesn't matter what your job is. I'm sure every day you go in and you give it your all. Maybe there's some days you don't want to. But yeah, we work hard, and so our money really should work just as hard as we do. And at the end of the month, if we are successful with this, we will never ask ourselves, where did the money go? Which is so common. I mean, so common. So often we think, well, wow, we maybe got all this money, but where is it? So yeah, that is going to eliminate that question from your life forever, which is amazing. Rules. We got to talk ground rules because as with any challenge, there has to be a rule. And the first rule, we have to be honest, which means we have to include absolutely everything. So from your latte, from, if you're in Canada, maybe your Timbit on your way to work, that 10-cent Timbit's got to be in there. We have to be honest. You can't do a budget if you're just going to fudge the numbers or just write anything. Well, what's the point? It's not going to work. So we have to be honest. If you're married, you really do have to do this with your spouse. Otherwise, again, it's just not going to work. Third rule, you must adjust your budget as the month goes, because as we all know, and especially the larger your family, the more opportunity for stuff is going to come up. If you have children in school, there's a constant amount of stuff coming up, at whether it be at school, birthday parties, whatever. They need an outfit for drama. They, school dance. It really doesn't matter, but stuff is going to come up. And the same for you. You're going to be invited out. Maybe some friends at work want you to come out. Someone has a baby shower. Stuff comes up. So yes, so we are going to be honest. We're going to do it together, and we are going to adjust along the way. And what are the benefits we can look forward to if we accept this challenge? And the first one, the most important one, is it's going to eliminate fear. Because if we're putting off actually looking in January, this is the best month for wanting to put things off when those bills start coming in the mail. If you have bought things on credit or whatever else, maybe you skipped a hydro payment, whatever. The bills are going to come in, and sometimes you build things up in your mind. You're worried. You just don't want to see it, so you don't want to deal with it. So just hide that envelope. Don't open up your email or whatever. And it's always better. We build things up. Just rip off the Band-Aid. Take a look in that envelope. See what's behind door number 1, and it's probably not as bad as you think. Really. The second benefit would be if currently in your household, and again, this is mostly if you're married or with a partner, if it's all falling on the shoulders of one spouse, and maybe that's the way you set it up from the beginning, but that's a lot of pressure for one person to have it all on them, and maybe it's not fair, and probably not going to be all that successful either if they're guessing what's going on with you, or depends how you've got it all set up. But it takes the pressure off that one spouse if they're doing it all by themselves, and they might get a little resentful with time. Another great benefit, again, if one person is maybe in control, if you sit down and do the budget together, one person can't be in control because you're both contributing. Your eyes are open. Both of your eyes are open, and everybody knows exactly what's going on. So that's important. I mean, you want it to be equal. It should be equal. I hope it's equal. And the last benefit, which is a really great benefit, is it will reduce the risk of you going into debt because it's a zero-based budget. So we want to be constantly adjusting and making room for life to happen. So is this going to be complicated? No, there are lots and lots of templates online. Lots of samples that you can easily download, and I'll show you a couple now. The first one is the Savvy Couple. The second one is the Budget Mom, and hers is a little bit more complicated, but a lot of people have tremendous success with hers. So you can take a look at that. The next one is Dave Ramsey, and if you haven't heard of him, check him out. He could be considered a little controversial, but millions, and I mean millions of people have had tremendous success with him. And on that one, you can just Google him. You can look him up. He's got free apps online. So if you really are a techie person, you want to just do it on an app, absolutely. It's free. It's awesome. You can go for that. No problems. But I think for your first one, it would be a great idea to just keep it simple. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write it down. And here's an example now of one that you could easily write out. And yeah, I do like the idea of keeping it simple with just a pen and a piece of paper. Maybe because that was sort of our generation. I'm sure you all know, my daughter hates it when I say it. I remember when we were doing the times tables because that's how we learned. Read it, write it, say it. So you got to read those bills, whatever they are. You got to write down those numbers, whatever they are. And once your budget is written, you got to say together, we can do this, because you've got all the information. It's all right in front of you. So you have 100% chance for success when everybody is on the same page. You all have seen the page and you know the numbers. And you can do this. We can do this together. And I hope you don't think that it's a silly challenge, because only 47% of Canadians write a budget. I don't even think all those people that write one follow it 100%, which is the true benefit of having a budget. And yet it continues to be one of the biggest causes. Finances is like the number one cause of divorce. So it's a very serious subject, and we really do need to take control of that area of our lives and really do a good job with it. Because there's a lot riding on us getting our finances right, especially we're looking towards retirement. So to recap, we're going to write that zero-based budget. We're going to do that together. We're going to do it honestly. We're going to revise it. It's not hard. It is important, and we can do this. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you accept the challenge we have in our house. A thumbs up would be awesome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to take this journey together with you. And I welcome any questions and comments that you might have. I look forward to reading them. Maybe I can help you. Maybe someone else who reads them can have a great answer too. So good luck this week. And I look forward to seeing you next week for the second part of, if you remember Foxy, so first week of every month is finances. The second week is organization. The third week is X's and O's, so our relationships. And the final week of every month is dedicated to you and your own personal growth journey. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope 2020 is awesome year for all of us. And take care and have some fun.